Hello guys, Robot1 here, coming at you with a new UK video, Duels and Deck Profiles, chosen by you lot actually. Basically, I did a poll on my channel the other day to get you guys to kind of interact with the channel a bit, choose what you want me to try on Duels and Deck Profiles, and I had a vote. It actually went pretty well, 21 of you voted, and I'm pretty happy with that, and Invoked Dragma beat out the vote just by a bit, by one vote. At first, it was looking like it was going to be a vote Dragma, then it kind of evened out at 50-50 each. But yeah, so today we're going to be doing Duels and Deck Profiles, a segment on my channel where we talk about decks coming out later on in the future, currently out or already in the game, and just talk about them, show you a deck profiles from Duels, give you my thoughts and opinions on the deck. And guys, any noise in the background, I'm sorry about. I can't control my brother. He exists. But guys, today we are going for the Invoked Dragma deck. Yeah, so I've kind of been working on this deck here and there, thinking, oh, well, how can I make this deck better? How can I make this deck good? And I've been testing it constantly, thinking, oh, this deck is really fun. And it actually is a lot of fun. It has its own playstyle, which is really nice, being able to interact with the extra deck, killing your own extra deck to gain more advantage, needing an extra monster on the board to actually use your majority of your cards. And I've been really liking that. So today we're going to be doing a deck profile on it, and then we're going to do some duels. So let's go ahead and get into the deck profile though. So starting off, we are playing triple Nibiru because people summon a lot, and as you can tell, I'm playing a ton of hand traps. I'm playing a total of 15 hand traps in this deck because there's just so much room for them, so it's possible to play them very easily. So we're playing triple Nibiru because opponent Adamancipator, Salamangreat, any deck that summons more than summons 5 times, this card just fascinates. Plus, we can use it as Nibiru, we can use it as fusion fodder as well, or fodder for Mechaba as well, so he comes up there as well. Mainly going second. To Flora Delis, the Dragma Knight. He's basically the impermanence of the deck, which is actually a really cool card. If you control if there is an extra monster on the board and you control the Dragma, you can if there's an extra monster on the board, sorry, you can summon him, and if he's special summoned while you control the Dragma, you can negate the effects of one face-up monster on the board, non-targeting, which is really good because this card helps you get over cards like the Dragoon of Red Eyes if they've already used their negate, any of your opponent's monsters. Really, it's a quick effect, so you can use it during either player's turn. It's a very strong card and is needed in the deck. I wouldn't play more than 2 though, because it can obviously brick if you draw multiple, but 2 is the correct number in my personal opinion. We are also playing 2 Maximus. Maximus is the card that basically says, I'm going to send cards from my extra deck to the grave, and that's also going to force you to send cards from the extra deck to the grave, which is actually really good. So you can be sending cards like Omega to recycle cards in your graveyard or your opponent's graveyard, get rid of that problem card in your opponent's graveyard, or put back cards like Unts, put back cards like the Asian dragon right here. We're not going to say the first part of its name because I don't want to get demonetized. And you can also send like the Shadow cards to enable the Shadow engine in the deck, which I'm playing, because it actually is possible to use Shadows to a very easy, good amount. We're also playing triple Esselicia, the Dragma Saint. She is basically the Stratus of the deck and can also be special summoned if you control if there is an extra monster on the board. So you can special summon her for free. Also, she can't be destroyed by battle by a monster special from the extra deck, which is very good in that area as well. So she's got protection from extra deck monsters. She can be special summoned by herself, and she searches any Dragma card in the deck. You can search your impermanence, or you can search the trap card down here, which is very good. We also play 1 Aiden the Dragma Oracle. Now, I'm playing 1 Aiden basically because he is a normal summon with 1000 attack, which is really nice, giving you the ability to just have a summon where you can summon him and also use him for like Almirage to gain you that extra monster, from the extra deck on your board. But he's also pretty good because if he dies via an opponent's battle or card effect, if he dies by battle or card effect, then you can special summon any Dragma from your deck. So basically, this gives you access to Estelicia, it gives you access to Maximus, it gives you access to Flora, if your opponent chooses to kill it, and it also gives you the ability to just give you that extra deck summon, which could be very useful. We also play for the Invoked engine. Obviously, we play free Alistair, searches the fusion, and then we've got the field spell. But for other hand traps, like this is basic Invoked stuff. I'm not going to go too deep into this. We also do play free Ash Blossom and Joyous Springs because it's one of the better hand traps. Free EDOPro because the graveyard is very prevalent right now, being that we see a lot of Elder Lich. We can use it against Adamantipator to a degree when they use the Monster Reborn. We can use it against opponents in Alistair that's already in the graveyard. It comes up a lot, and it's very useful in that fact. We also play free Effect Veiler because Adamantipator. I feel like having as many ways to stop the first tuner in the deck as possible is very important, and also because Effect Veiler is just really nice at being that card that says, oh, you have a monster on the board, I'm going to negate that monster's effect. It does come up quite a bit, and it is very useful in that fact. For spells, though, we're playing free Disciples of Nadir, Farfa Cinque. Basically, what this card does is you can send a card from your extra graveyard. You can't special summon from your extra deck when you use this effect. Same with the effect of Maximus and Estelicia. If you use their extra deck based effect to send or to search, you can't special summon from the extra deck. That's basically the gimmick of Dragma. If you can't special summon from the extra deck very easily after you've used their effects, which is why we're using the Invoked engine. Because just one card instant extra deck monster. And what this does is you get to add a card from your deck to your hand, a Dragma card. You can add Saint, essentially, adding then Floridrin or Maximus, which can be very helpful. But also it gives you the ability to send cards from your extra deck to the graveyard, so it can be an additional pop, it can be a special or search during the end phase, and it can also give you access to your Shadow engine. So it helps a lot in that factor as well. One Terraforming to search out one of our free field spells, free Invocation because it's the Invoked engine, one Monster Reborn just to have Revival, free Meltdown because it's the Invoked engine, triple Impermanence for more hand traps, 2 Dragma Punishment. I was testing this at 3, but I found 2 to be more than enough. It's a hard once per turn effect, and it stops you from summoning on your next turn as well, especially from the extra deck. So I felt like only 1 was needed. And basically what this card does is you can target a monster your opponent controls, send a monster from your extra deck with more attack or equal attack to the graveyard, destroy that monster, and what that basically does is if your opponent summons anything with 2500 or less, you send Unts to gain 2 pops. You can send the Asian Dragon right here to gain a search during the end phase. You can send the Apolloca to gain a search. You can send Omega to get recyclability. This card just gives you general access to your extra deck to be able to gain specific effects, while also being a clearer for your opponent's board. So I would say you want to play 2. I don't feel like it needs to be less than 2, so 2 is more than enough for me. You could play 3, but personally I feel like 2 is enough. And the last card we also play is Shell Root, which comes out in the same set as all of the Dragma cards from the Duels. And basically, Shadow Rook is a Miracle Fusion for the Shadow cards, and it basically gives you the ability to summon Window or Construct whenever you want, because it is a continuous trap. So basically what you normally do is you send Apolloca, search this, discard a random card, and then you can just go into your extra deck for Window to have a prevention for your opponent's turn, or Construct to do some extra damage. For the extra deck, though, we play 1 Solomon Grey Almirage, 1 Secure Gardener, Invoked Engine, 1 Cross Sheet, because there are times where you can combo off in this deck, utilizing cards like Cross Sheet to go even further. 1 Alistair, the Invoker of Madness. It does come up at times. We only need to play 1, though. 1 Brosor for potential OTKs, 1 Omega to recycle cards, 2 Unts because of popping cards is great. 1 Winder, 1 Apolluca, and 1 Construct for our Shadow engine. 1 Purgatorio, because Purgatorio says I'm going to OTK you. 1 Asian Dragon, because during the end phase we can search or special summon a Dragma card from our deck. And finally, 2 Mechaba, because Mechaba says negate, and it's the turn 1 play that you're most likely going to end on. So that's the deck. It's something that I've been testing quite well. I really do like the synergy the deck has with each other. I've been seeing other builds like the Necros build and other stuff like this, but I don't really like the synergy that the deck has there. So I feel like this is the better build because it can play a ton of hand traps. It's very consistent, and it does prevent your opponent from playing the game and also going first very easily. So without further ado, though, let's actually get into a game or two to show you how the deck runs. So we're going out against Yugi Johnny 96. Just flip those 2 numbers around and pretty nice. Okay, so if he doesn't accept the game, though, then I'm going to quit. Yeah, we're not. Oh, okay, he accepted. And this is a match, so we did accidentally go into a match. So I will play the match. And we opened actually perfect. So we're going first, thanks to our opponent letting us go first, and we're going to start off by normal summoning Alistair. Alistair's going to go ahead and add Invocation, then we're going to go ahead and go into our Link summons, linking into Almirage, and then we're going to go ahead and link into Secure Gardener. We're then going to go ahead and use our Invocation. Invocation will then special summon Mechaba, banishing the Alistair and the Secure Gardener in the extra monster zone. And we're going to special summon Matt in our Mechaba. Then we're going to go ahead and activate Invocation to go ahead and add the Alistair back to our hand. Basic plays of the Invoked deck. And then we're going to go ahead and activate Disciples of Nadir. This is going to go ahead and send from our extra deck to the graveyard an Asian Dragon. And with Asian Dragon, we're going to go ahead and add. To our hand a Maximus. So now we've got Maximus in our hand. We are then going to go ahead and special summon Saint from the hand because of her effect. Because we control a Mechaba, we can do that. And then we're going to go ahead and use Saint's effect to search any Dragma card. Now, because we don't know what we're up against, we're just going to go ahead and add a Dragma. We're going to go ahead and add the Dragma Knight because it's an impermanence. It can help very well here. So now we're going to go ahead and use the effect of our Dragma Maximus, banishing the Almirage in our graveyard to special summon him out. We're then going to go ahead and use our Dragma Maximus to go ahead and send the Apoloka, and we're also going to go ahead and send to the graveyard our Omega. Then the opponent is forced to send 2 cards from the deck to the extra to the graveyard. He can send whatever he wants. And he sends 2 Cyber Dragons. So we're going to go ahead and use the Apoloka now. And we're playing against Cyber Dragons. And we're going to go ahead and add to our hand the Rook Shadow Fusion. Shadow Rook. And then we're going to go ahead and discard. We don't really need 2 impermanent types effects. So we're going to go ahead and discard the Ash Blossom, the effect Bela. We are then going to go ahead and set the Rook. And we are also going to go ahead and set the impermanence. And let me just check my extract really quick, my graveyard. So we've got pretty much Winder guaranteed. So we are going to go ahead, enter our end phase, and we're going to go ahead and use the effect of Asian Dragon. Asian Dragon is going to go ahead and add to our hand a Saint, and then it is our opponent's turn. Now, all I've got to wait for my opponent to do is special summon once. Then I'm going to go ahead and make a window. And he's got 2 Mega Fleets in the extra in the graveyard, so I don't really mind what he has here. And he goes ahead and activates a Galaxy Soldier. So what do we do here? We activate our Shadow Rook, and we go ahead and Fusion Summon. So we go ahead and banish. No! I misclicked. Well, we could send this to the graveyard at least, because Rook actually has that additional effect. No, I have to do it on the summon. Oh, misplays. Okay. So because of this, we're going to have to go ahead and change our line of play a bit. We're going to have to go ahead and use the Knight. And we're going to go ahead and special summon the Knight, and we're going to go ahead and negate the Galaxy Soldier. Basically preventing him from searching another Galaxy Soldier so he can't gain the additional Galaxy Soldier effect. So from here, we have to see what our opponent can do. I'm not too sure what he could do. So he has 5 cards in hand. One of them is a Cyber Dragon. He could tribute into the Cyber. No, he's going to summon a Hertz. I'm fine with him summoning the Hertz. All he can really do with that is make a Chimera, what's it called? The Cyber Dragon Link, Sega. So I'm fine with that. Honestly, if we made a window though, his turn would pretty much end, and then I'd OTK him on the next turn. But because I misclicked, wait, what? Oh, okay. So he goes ahead and does that. I mean, I'm fine with that because it doesn't really do anything to my combo, and if he attacks, I'm just going to OTK him. So that's fine. That's absolutely fine. So I don't know what else he could potentially do. Obviously, he's got the Cyber Dragon in hand. He's already used his normal summon. He's got a Galaxy Soldier. Okay, so he's just going to try and attack me. So when he attempts to attack, I'm going to go ahead and use the Impermanence. Impermanence will go ahead and put Cyber Dragon Chimera Tech to 0. He'll take 25. And then he'll most likely special summon his Cyber Dragon, but that's not going to really give him anything else to play. So That's absolutely fine. And then on my turn, I'm just going to go ahead and straight try to OTK him. Well, to kill him, which should be possible with this hand. Because I've got the Alistair to gain me a negate. He's got 2 sets, so he could have the Cyber Dragon trap card that banishes and then pops. I cannot remember Cyber Dragon names. So what we're going to do here, though, is we're going to go ahead and activate Magical Meltdown to go ahead and get us a search. We're going to go ahead and search another Alistair. Very good search here because it gives us the additional search. It gives us an additional 1,000 boost because that effect isn't once per turn. We're then going to go ahead and activate the Alistair to go ahead and get us a... Oh, there it is, the Cybernetic Overflow. Okay, so we knew he had the Overflow. It wasn't a surprise. So we're just going to let him banish as many, and he's going to probably prevent us from killing it. Well, no, I should be able to kill him still, even if he does do this, because I can make a Purgatorio. Well, actually, I don't think I can make Purgatorio. I banished it. I banished my Almirage. So, I don't know, he banished the Cyber Dragon, so he is 100% dead. Okay. But he's got 1 more set card, so he does have potential plays to stop us, but let me just see his grave. He's only got 1 hurt. I don't think he can stop me from killing him, so what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and activate the Invocation. And with the Invocation, we're going to make Mechaba, and we're going to banish the Alistair in my graveyard. And then we're going to go ahead and banish his hurts in his graveyard. And we're going to go ahead and special summon Mechaba. We're then going to switch these to attack. And we're going to go ahead and use Invocation. Invocation will go ahead and add Alistair back to hand. Oh, and he uses Cyberload Fusion. Okay. He does that. I don't really mind what he summons, so that's fine. I don't think there's anything he can summon that will hinder me from stopping him from playing the game, because I literally have a monster negate, so I don't know if this stops me. I actually don't know what this does. If you have a machine fusion monster in your graveyard, your opponent cannot target this card with card effects. Also, it cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effects. So I can just be over it. If this fusion summon card you control is sent to the graveyard by your opponent's cards, you can special summon 1 Cyber Dragon from your deck. Yeah, I can be over that thanks to the 2 Alistairs in my hand. So that is absolutely fine. Now what we're going to do, though, is we are going to... we're just going to enter the battle phase. And we're going to go ahead and attack with Mechaba. We are not going to use the Alistairs until we hit the damage step. So before damage calculation, so we're going to use Invoker 1, and then we're going to use Invoker 2. And that instantly beats over the Eternity Cyber Dragon. Then we go ahead and negate that effect of the Eternity Cyber Dragon, banishing it. And then we just attack... Oh, wait, no, we cannot attack with the Construct? Oh, and he just surrendered. But we couldn't attack with this Construct. Oh, I cannot attack directly. So that would have been my misplay, where I shouldn't have attacked with the Mechaba. I should have attacked with the Construct. I'm still not used to the monster surviving this long, so that's kind of why I didn't realize that. But game 2, let's see what we can do in game 2 against Cyber Dragons. We'll go first, we'll go second. We don't have a side deck, so we're just sitting here doing absolutely nothing. But yeah, let's see what he's gonna do. Like, I don't know. I honestly don't know what Cyber Dragons can do against me if they make me go first. If they go first themselves, they can potentially stop me because my Dragmas do kind of lose out to that. But at the same time, they also gain the advantage because he'll have an extra deck monster on the board, allow me, to play the game. So he himself is going first at the time, and he normal summons his Cyber Dragon Core. The summon Cyber Dragon Core is absolutely fine. He goes ahead and adds a Cyber Repair Plan. Probably has a Galaxy Soldier in hand, I would assume, because he chose to add the Repair Plant. Oh, no, you can just literally link it away and then use the Repair Plant. I completely forgot about that. But you know what? We're going to prevent him from being able to do that because we're going to banish the core in his graveyard. So I'm hoping this pretty much stops his turn, because he shouldn't be able to really do anything else now that I've done this. But of course, there are always things that the opponent could potentially do, and that could potentially hinder my plays. So we didn't open the perfect hand to beat over any board that he could make. So all we're going to really do here is we're going to activate the Disciples of Nadir. And we're going to send an Unce to the grave and pop one of these back row, because of the back row could potentially be a thing that will prevent me from playing the game. So yeah, it seems he has a response, and he activates Artifact's Sanctum. Now, we're playing Dragma. We don't care if we don't have an extra deck to play with, so we are literally just going to activate Unce. We're going to send Unce to grave. We're going to go ahead and add an Oracle, because he does have a thing. We can't really do much else. And then we're going to trigger our Unce, and we're going to destroy his other background. Now, the reason we're not targeting the Scythe is because we cannot technically kill the Scythe. The Scythe is kind of, because he's got the Almirage on board, and if I target the Scythe, he's just going to send the Almirage and keep it from dying, so there's no point. But because he keeps the Almirage on board, we're actually able to make more plays. So what we're going to do here, we're going to special summon the Saint from our hand. So Saint is then special summoned. We're then going to use Saint's effect to add a Dragma from our deck to our hand. Now, this is where he uses the Almirage, where he should have used it sooner, but it's a bit late now because he can't actually prevent me from doing anything. So we do have an extra card in our graveyard now, so we can potentially search the Dragma Maximus and potentially getting over the board. But because of him having the Scythe on the board, actually we can't actually beat over the Scythe now. We can't special summon our Florin, so what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and search out our Maximus. We're then going to go ahead and special summon our Maximus, banishing the Unce in our grave in defense mode. We're then going to go ahead and use the Dragma Maximus, and we're going to go ahead and send to the graveyard a So you see, the problem here is Winder has 22 attack. His Scythe also has 2200 attack. So what I'm going to do is, I think I'm just going to send an Omega, and I'm also going to send the Asian Dragon to the graveyard. So during the end phase, we can get a free summon. We're then going to go ahead and he doesn't have a light machine in the graveyard, so I don't really care what he has left. So I think all I'm going to do now is set my Oracle. And then we will go ahead and pass turn there. Now, during the end phase, we do go ahead and get to use the Asian Dragon's effect, which will go ahead and add to our hand a Dragma Knight. So if he does attempt to special summon an extra monster, we do have a way to prevent him from using his extra monster's effect. So we do have ways to play around him right now. So let's see what he actually does, though, because he can't really do much to my board, I think. Because he controls a monster, that does hinder his Cyber Dragon plays, being able to put special summon the Cyber Dragon from his hand. He doesn't have any light machines in the graveyard, so he cannot use the Repair Plant in his hand as well. So it does kind of depend on what he has drawn currently, because he's got 3 cards that could potentially be alive. So he just sets 1. That's absolutely fine in my opinion. So he's going to probably go ahead and attack me. He goes ahead and attacks the Saint. That's absolutely fine in my book. I don't really need the Saint. And on my turn, I'm basically going to flip the Aiden, make an Almirage, and then we're going to make some plays. Okay, so we are going to go ahead now, and he's got the set card, which kind of does worry me a bit, because if that set card is kind of good, it's going to be a hindrance. But you know what? We don't really need to care about it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip the Aiden. And we're going to go ahead and summon out an Almirage. This is the whole reason I play Aiden, because he just gives us easier access to Almirage, which can then give us access to other cards. So we're going to now go ahead and special summon Saint from our hand. And then we're going to go ahead and add to our hand a Dragma card. We're going to go ahead and add to our hand a Dragma Punishment, so we can have that pop on our opponent's turn. And then we're also going to go ahead and activate our Disciples of Nadir. Disciples of Nadir will go ahead and send to the graveyard an Unce. And we're going to go ahead and add to our hand the Aiden back, because we can get the free special summon, which is pretty good here. Then we're going to go ahead and trigger Unce, and Unce is going to kill the set card. It was a Hertz. I'm fine with Hertz going off. And now we're going to go, sorry for the background noise, dogs are barking. And now we're going to go ahead and enter our battle. No, we're not going to enter our battle phase yet. What we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and trigger Omega. And Omega's going to go ahead and put Uns back. Now we're going to go ahead and activate our Maximus. Maximus will go ahead and send Uns and Omega, effectively getting us an additional pop. And we're going to pop the Scythe so we can have a bit more damage. So I think he might be thinking to activate his set card, which could be the Cyber Dragon Fusion, which could be any real card, really. We don't really know what he could potentially have set right now. No, he was actually thinking of what to send. I don't even know why I said that. So we're going to go ahead and kill the Artifact Scythe. We are now going to go ahead and use the Omega again. And what we're going to do is we're going to put the Ancient Dragon back into our extra deck. Then we're going to go ahead and set Dragma Punishment. We're also going to go ahead and set our Shadow Rick. And I shouldn't be setting before the battle phase, but mistakes. So we're going to go ahead and switch this to attack. We're going to go ahead and special summon our Oracle now. And we're also going to go ahead and special summon our Floraldrin. Okay, we'll go ahead and special summon you. We are not going to negate any of our face-up monster effects. Now we're just going to go ahead and enter the battle phase, and we're going to attack with our Florian, which will go ahead and boost all our Dragon monsters by 500 attack. And this is essentially game. So we're going to go ahead and deal the maximum amount of damage we can. And then we do our last attack with Maximus, and that should be game. So that is the Dragma. That's one duel. That was one match between Cyber Dragons. Let me see if I can't get one more game in with this deck to just show you a bit more of the deck, because I did make that slight misplay that stopped me from making Winder. But hey, misclicks happen. It's online. You can't really take things back. But yeah, so we lost the rock, paper, scissors. We'll probably be going second. Let's see what our opponent can do, though. So we have opened a pretty decent hand. Sadly, we opened the Florin instead of opening pretty much anything else in the Dragma archetype. If we opened potentially the Saint or the Followers of Nadir, it would have been a lot better. But still, it doesn't really matter in a sense. So we'll let him go ahead and do his plays. So he's going to go ahead and activate his Psy Reflector. We're going to go ahead and imperm that because I don't really think I want him to get some free resources to make like free Link 2 plays. So we're going to go ahead and negate that. So he goes ahead and sets one and passes. My turn, we go ahead and draw. So we have drawn another Florida, which isn't bad, it's just not good. So we're going to go ahead and add Magical Meltdown to our hand. And then we're going to go ahead and activate the Magical Meltdown. Magical Meltdown will get us a search, and it will search us out our Alistair. So we got two Alistairs in hand now, very good at times. And now we're going to go ahead and normal summon the Alistair. And we're going to use his effect. We're going to go ahead and add an Invocation to hand. And now we're going to go ahead and link away. So we're going to link the Alistair into an Amaraj, and then we're going to link the Amaraj into a Secure Gardener. Then we are going to go ahead, seeing as we actually have a ton of damage we could potentially do on him right now, and actually OTK him, we're going to try and OTK him. We're going to attempt to OTK this man. So what we're going to do here is we're going to activate Invocation, and he called by the Gravesme. Now, I can still do what I need to do. I can't OTK him anymore, but I can do a lot of damage. So what we're going to do is we're going to send the Alistair and this to Grave, and we're going to special summon Purgatorio. Purgatorio is going to be pretty big. Then we're going to go ahead and activate the Invocation in our graveyard, adding the Alistair back to hand. And now we're going to go ahead and activate the Florin Knight, and we're going to special summon him. Now we're just going to get as much damage in as we possibly can now because we did lose out on the ability to go for the OTK. I should have probably made a Mechaba here, but hey, it's plays that happen, and I kind of want to show you what the deck can do because of I doubt he has a play that can actually stop me from killing him. So what we're going to do is what we would have done. We would have discarded both. We would have discarded both Alistairs to get the biggest amount of damage, but we're not going to discard Alistair now. because we still have potential fusion plays on the next turn. So what we're just going to do is we're going to attack with these 2 monsters, dealing a hefty sum of damage, dealing about much more than half his life points. So he's going to be left on 1800. And then we're just going to go ahead and pass. So, we pass turn. He draws for turn. We have the DD Crow, so we do have some interaction with his graveyard, but I don't know exactly what I could potentially draw to stop him. Oh, so he has Lightning Storm, so we're going to lose pretty much our entire board here. But it's fine. We still have the Alistair and other potential players to go from here. So we will see what he attempts to do. Okay, so let's see what he does. Like, he has 3 cards in his hand. I don't know what he could do in terms of plays, but we'll just have to see. Because there are multiple things that he could do depending on the cards sequence in his hand. But next turn, if he just literally has nothing, then I'm just going to normal summon Alistair. Oh, he has an Eater of Millions, so we can take out an Eater of Millions just fine. That's not a problem. So he summons Eater of Millions. He's going to attack me for 600. And he just surrendered. But guys, that is basically what the deck can do. If he didn't have the Called by the Grave, he was going to just get straight up OTK'd. And as you can see, the deck does have its own playstyle. It's very fun. The deck is very cool and very unique in my personal opinion, which I really like about the deck. As I said, there are other builds out there. There's the Necros build. There are pure builds as well that I've been seeing. This is just the build that I prefer the most. I feel like the Invoked works the best with the deck because it just gives you the extra deck monster on the turn 1. It sets you up with a negate, and it just gives you a lot of resources that you wouldn't have otherwise. Plus access to a ton of hand traps. But guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Tell me your thoughts on the Dragma Invoked deck. I have been testing this quite a bit, and it is a lot of fun. Sorry for the background noise. I really can't control my brother. He's there. See, I can't control him. But guys, thank you so much for watching. I would have recorded this later, but he's not going anywhere and quarantine exists. But guys, thanks so much for watching. I will see you guys in the next one. Rule that one, signing out. Later.